All right. Hello. Welcome back to Girls in the Game virtual programming. I am Coach Callie, and today we're going to talk about friendships and healthy relationships. Before we start, if anyone who's watching could please text us your name and the school you attend. You can send it, I will type the number in the chat, but you can send it to 312 869 2729. So again, just send the 5-finger contract really quickly. So first we have the pinky. So that stands for safety. So like I already said, don't post your name or your school or the location you're at in the chat, because that is not safe. We don't want people to know that information about ourselves. So just remember to keep that information to yourself when you're online. The next finger is the ring finger, which stands for commitment. And we are going, so in the comments, we're not going to say anything negative about anyone. We're going to follow the directions of the coach, just like we would if we were in person. And if we are joining the team time later, we're not going to talk over anyone or put anyone down. Next, we have the pointer finger, which stands for teamwork. So we are going to all work together as best we can, even though we're not in the same place right now. We are going to write supportive comments to each other if we want in the chat, and to learn with each other and have fun with each other. All right, so before we get started on our activities, I thought we would just do some light stretching and do some activities to get moving a little bit. So I will turn this around. All right. And just remember, if you want anytime during this, you can get some water. And backwards. Nice and big. Let's do some running in place. So first, nice and slow. Just standing where you are. And a little faster. And then let's do some butt kicks. So you're gonna put your feet as far back as you can. All right. Let's do some more time. Let's try some lunges. So you're gonna get nice and low. And go across the room. And one more time. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, awesome. Turn it back around. Okay. Good job staying active, everyone. I hope you're staying active every day while you're at home. Okay, so people in your life and how they can impact your health. So some of the different kinds of relationships that you can have might be your family. So that might not be the same for everyone. That could be the people you live with or people who are outside your house. You could have relationships with your friends, your neighbors, your classmates, or even your teammates at Girls in the Game. So I want you to start small, and let's think about the different good things that these people could bring to your life. So maybe they could make you feel like you belong. They can help to increase your confidence. They can support your interests and your ideas, and they can provide you a safe space to learn about yourself and have a better overall health in your life. But maybe sometimes you can have relationships that make you feel stressed or sad or have low confidence. So it's really important to think about how those different relationships can make you feel, so that you can take care of yourself and your health. All right, to be a good friend or family member, I will list some. So some things you can do in a healthy relationship are you can help each other, you can be supportive of the things that they like, you can have fun together, and you can ask them questions back before. You might have talked about this a little bit in Girls in the Game. So we have an activity that we do sometimes called Talk Behind Your Back. So that means if you are saying something negative about someone to someone else, and sometimes they might hear that you said that about them. So in the activity that we do at Girls in the Game, everyone would get a piece of paper, and you would tape it to your back, and then you would, at the end, get your piece of paper with all the positive things on it, and you wouldn't know who said that about you, but you would know all the positive things that your teammates think about you. So we can't really do that activity now while we're all at different places, but if you want, you could practice that at home with your friends or family members. You can tape the piece of paper on each other's back, or you could also... All right, so our next activity is something else that you could do at home with a friend or family member. So like I said earlier, one good way to form and improve healthy relationships is by asking people questions and then listening to their answers. So you can do this by interviewing a friend or a family member. So you could do this with someone who is in your house right now, or maybe you could do it over the phone or with someone virtually. So what you would want to do on an interview, made a list of questions right here. And I am going to interview my friend Ariana, who lives with me. If you have any other questions you can think of, you can type them in the chat, and I can ask her them. Okay? So I'm just going to ask her a few questions just to show you the different kind of things you can ask. All right? So first question is, what is your favorite answer to the question? Okay, August 9th. That's a good question, so that you can remember when their birthday is and do something nice for them. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one younger sister.
Okay. So when you're asking these questions, maybe you'll find things that you have in common that you didn't know about before. So I also have sisters.
I think my favorite healthy food is strawberries.
Okay. I would say apples, probably. What is your favorite subject in school?
Oh, I really like math.
Okay. Not a lot of people like math.
It's tough. It's hard.
Okay. What is your favorite outdoor activity when you grow up?
Oh, that is a tough question, Callie.
Or what's something you want to do when you grow up?
Oh, okay. I can't really think past tomorrow. I want to be a nurse when I grow up.
Okay. Awesome. These 8 people. Okay. The last question, what makes a good friend? Or what are qualities that a good friend has?
Someone that listens to you when you talk to them. Someone that makes you laugh, that you enjoy hanging out with. Someone that you can tell your secrets to.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. So that's just a few examples of what you could ask someone when you interview them. So thank you, Ariana, for
You're welcome.
participating in Girls in the Game.
Thanks, friend.
All right. So, like I said earlier, I think that asking people questions and listening to their answers is a really good way to form better relationships. So, if you want to do this, try to think of someone who you want to get to know a little better, and think of some questions you could ask them. Interviewing Ariana, she said that some good qualities of a good friend are someone who listens, someone you can have fun with, and someone you can trust. And, she was also being a good friend by helping me with this activity. So that's something else you can do. So if anyone wants to, think of more qualities of a good friend and type them in the chat. I will just say some that I came up with. People who don't put you down, you can count on them. They're fun to be with. Maybe they have similar interests than you. So those are just a few examples. I think it's important to note that even if you disagree with a friend or if you have different interests, that's okay. It's okay to have different opinions than people, and it can be important to be friends with people who are different from you so that you can you can ask a trusted adult to help you work through it and make your friendship stronger by understanding the different sides that you come from. So we talked about the different characteristics that make a good friend. And although I'm sure all of us agree that having friends is really important, having healthy relationships is really important, we probably all have different opinions about the things that we think are most important to have in a friend. So we can all have different answers for this. You can decide what you think is most important. So we are going to do something called a recipe for friendship. So this is another thing that people might have done in person at Girls in the Game. We would usually have a nice paper handout to give you. I don't have those with me right now, so I made my own. So the first ingredient is 1 gallon of blank. So a gallon is a lot. So this might be something that you think is most important in a friend. So I would say 1 gallon of kindness. I think that's really important. All right, so 1 gallon of kindness. The next ingredient is 2 cups of blank. So another thing that I think is important in a friendship is honesty. You want your friends to tell the truth. Next ingredient is 5 teaspoons of blank. So I'm going to say 5 teaspoons of fun. Because I think it's really important to have fun with your friends. Okay, and then the last ingredient is 1 sprinkle of blank. So I'm going to put humor. Come up with any different ideas that you can think of what makes a good friend and write them out here. If you come up with different ideas, you can type them in the chat, or if you're going to join team time, you can let me know what you think of. And then at the bottom, it says directions. Mix well, serve in generous portions. All right, so that's another activity you could do at home, or you can think of right now. And you can decorate it if you want, make it look pretty. So like I said, we try to have friends and relationships with other people that show those qualities. All right, so before we go, we're going to do one more activity. You can either do this right now with me, or you can just watch and do it later. So this is an activity to show our friends or our family members how much we appreciate them and the qualities that they have. Technical difficulties, but it is called a high five. So you're going to need a piece of paper and a writing utensil, and we're going to give someone a paper high five, which is good right now because we can't really give people high fives in person. That would not be very healthy. So we're going to do this instead. So what you want to do is make this first picture of it too. So what you're going to do first is trace your hand on the piece of paper. So I'm going to put my hand down and I'm going to trace it. All right, so we have a hand. To Ariana, and then inside the hand you're going to write what you want to thank them for or what special quality you want to show them that you're thankful for. So I'm going to put for helping me with Girls in the Game. All right, so I wrote it in the hand. And if you want, you can decorate it more. You could design the hand, decorate the paper, whatever you want to do. So when I did this last week, I had some other examples. So I said to Stephanie for making dinner. That's something else maybe people in your house have been doing for you right now. And then I said to Grace for calling me on the phone. So maybe if you have a friend that you've been able to talk to while you're stuck at home, that's another good person to reach out to. Why they're special to us, especially right now while we can't really see a lot of people in person. All right, that is all of the activities I had for today. Remember, if you joined our session today, you can text your name and your school to our attendance line. I typed it in the chat, but I'll just say it again. It is 312-869-27. Coach Stephanie will be leading programming at 2 o'clock, and I believe she's going to be talking about sign language, which is pretty cool. So you can just follow the same link in the video, girlsinthegame.org/live, and it'll take you there at 2 o'clock. For those of you who will be joining our team time via Zoom, you can follow the link that I sent in the email. And if you want to see more videos, you can see all of our previous programming at the page or Facebook or Instagram for more videos that we've posted. But all right, that's all I have for today. So thank you for joining, and I will see you next week. Bye.